Hey everybody, I'm Angie Moore, and I am excited to be with Edie Brown, the president of Academic Professionals of California, for the kickoff to the interview series that we're going to be doing with the executive board and hopefully some of the stewards and other members of APC. So welcome, Edie. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hello, Angie. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm super excited to, like I said, to kick off this series. So with that, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I'd love to know, a little bit about your family and your hobbies and your background. So with that, why don't you take it away?
Sure. So I hail from San Francisco, spent most of my childhood there and spent a little time in Monterey after my dad decided to take a new job. And at some point left Monterey for other educational opportunities and found myself in Santa Rosa. So I have a beautiful family, a husband named Dan and two children, Matthew and James. I also have two stepchildren, Devin and Danielle. And we have a new member of our family named Blue, a husky, who is quite the personality. And when I'm not working for APC, one of the things I love to do is play pool. I'm okay. I've had some pretty good wins, but it's one of those activities that is social and gets me out with my friends and lots to talk about, lots of fun to have there. And I do like to spend time with my kids, obviously. They're fun to hang around with. They're 13 and 15, almost 16 now. And so they're fun to go hang out with. And we had a great vacation recently down in Angels Camp in Central California, hanging out in Yosemite in a thunderstorm and just running around having a good time.
Well, that sounds like a memory that everybody is going to enjoy revisiting.
Yes.
So you mentioned you had some of your locations in Santa Rosa. So how long have you actually been with CSU, and what was, maybe the campus that you started with and your position there?
Sure. So I have been with the CSU for just about 21 years. And so I started back in 2001. I started at Sonoma State here in Roanoke Park. And have spent a majority of my career working in the advising center, working with our lower division undeclared student population. And that has been my campus until I moved into the presidency for APC. So I have been a proud member of APC since 2002.
Well, thanks for sharing that. That was really great. My next question for you now is, did you start off with another role before joining the executive board or before becoming the president, whether at the executive board or another role within the union? And then if you did, how long did you serve in that role?
Wow, my first role in the union for APC was I was the administrative steward. And as soon as I became a member, the chief steward scooped me up and said, "You're going to become a steward." And so my role as the administrative steward was really to sort of keep track of the chapter meetings and sort of the happenings that were going on in our chapter. And then, that had progressed over my time. There was never a time that I wasn't a steward. I never had a break in service when it came to being a steward, but I did shift steward positions. I had been also a contract enforcement steward and served as chief steward multiple times. And before I left Sonoma to become the president, I had been the chief steward for probably 6 to 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, so speaking of time, how long have you been, because we know you're the president, I don't know, people might not know, depending on when they're watching this, but When did you take your position with the e-board as the president? And then also, why did you want to take that position of additional service?
Right. So I've been president for a year, a little over a year. June 1st was my first year anniversary.
Of of what year?
Sorry. So 2021, June 1st, I had completed my first year. So I was elected in April of 2020, but took the position June 1st. Here's some anecdotal information. This was my fourth time running for president, and this will lead into why I wanted to do this. So yes, I've just completed my first year, and I wanted this position because I wanted to serve APC on a larger scale. I wanted to work on continuing to increase the visibility of APC, and not just on campuses, but at the chancellor's office, and at the CSU level, and at the state level, and with the board of trustees, and the governor's office. Like I really believe and have believed that APC is such a powerful union made up of folks that really do an extraordinary service to our students. And so I wanted, I just really felt that and compelled that, I had the vision and the fortitude to, and the passion to really help move APC forward, and to carry on some of the legacy of those folks in leadership roles that have come before me. I really believe that the people that have held previous positions, previous presidency or vice presidency positions in this union have, those are the legacies that I want to continue and honor, because they built this union, from Charles Getzel to our late Barbara Peterson. Those are the folks that built us, and I want to maintain and honor their traditions and the work that they were striving to do for our folks.
Let me ask you, this is a little more deep, but what are you most proud of that APC has accomplished for its members?
Wow. I'm very proud of the bargaining that we're doing and that we have done. I understand that COVID has created a very unique situation when it comes to our bargaining, and I know that some folks might be a little disappointed that we had extended our contract, but it's coming back online next year. We'll be reopening our contract next year, so more to come. Stay tuned. But I think that we're doing some excellent work when it comes to the recent policies that the CSU is putting out there, that we're doing everything that we can to make sure that our folks safely return to campus, and that their health and welfare is of paramount importance to us, and that we remind the Chancellor's office and the CSU that that's important, and we need to do everything we can to ensure their safety when they return to campus. But I think some of our most recent accomplishments is our amazing website. That had been something that, as a steward, I had hoped we could get going, and now we do have a very robust, exciting website that hopefully is keeping everybody sort of updated on the things that are going on, and has important, relevant information to union members all over Unit 4. Let's see.
You'd mentioned earlier about having some more visibility with the Chancellor's office and the Board of Trustees. And so is that part of something that you can expand on a little?
Sure, thank you. So yes, so we separate from our bargaining, we have been meeting with the chancellor's office very frequently, at least twice a month, since I took office in June. And that's provided us an opportunity to get to know this new group of chancellor office labor folks, and it's given them an opportunity to get to know the new executive board. And that has, building relationships is important to me. And I think that's one of the things I excel at, is building relationships with people and creating opportunities to really resolve conflict without being confrontational. That's not to say that, when necessary, confrontation is going to occur, but I really believe that by building good relationships with the chancellor's office, that things don't have to become contentious, that we can find ways to move issues forward, and not, the difficulty obviously is always going to be, everybody's not going to get what they want 100%, but by building those relationships with the chancellor's office and sharing at the board of trustees the importance of the work that Unit 4 does, and who we are, and what we provide, that I think when we do have to have some difficult discussions, that they understand that we're coming to the table with integrity, and that is who we are as a union. And so far, our conversations have been really good and positive, and we're making headway on some issues that are really important to us as a union. And so, yes, I think, how have I been able to sort of build on my vision of being more visible, is just by putting myself out in those situations and, talking at the board of trustees whenever, the opportunity arises, and talking to the chancellor's office, and trying to get the chancellor's ear, so that he understands who we are and the importance of our staff in the makeup and the system of the chancellor's office and the CSU as a whole.
My last question for you, and then I'll let you get on with your day, is do you have any last thoughts to share with anyone today?
I have such a deep appreciation and love for this union, and really because of the people. I became a member of this union not because there was a problem for me on my campus that I needed help with. It was really just, again, the people, the camaraderie, the support. And, my desire to serve this union is what compelled me 4 different times to run for president, because I wanted to give back. I wanted people to know the benefits of being a member of this union, and just, we have some really amazing people that serve this union. Every steward on every campus, they volunteer their time to be of service to their chapter members and to be of service to the union in a larger capacity if they decide they want to work on any of our committees that we have at the council level. But it's such a great organization, and having that sense of belonging to something that's bigger than us, that, serves others, that really speaks to our Constitution and how we're defined as a social justice organization that's looking to advocate for people to ensure that, we're being treated fairly and equitably. So yeah, it's just such a joy for me to be a part of this organization. And I look forward to the opportunity to meet when we get to go out into the world again, when COVID allows us to do that. But I look forward to getting out to the campuses and meeting folks and talking about what's important to them. And so I think I'll end with, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this union and serving you in a larger capacity. And I look forward to meeting everybody when the time is right.
Well, thanks so much, Edie, for spending time with us here today and sharing all of your thoughts. APC really is incredible from, the experience that I've had with meeting all of you so far. So it's wonderful to see when there's so many people striving to help one another. The world needs more of that for sure. So thanks for being our inaugural kickoff interview. And I am sure we will probably be talking again.
I think so. Thanks so much, Angie.